Hey guys, welcome to the Two of Him Pipe on the Patio. This is the sixth time that I've tried to do this video. Today I'm smoking my Peterson 314 Spigot with some brown Irish twist in it. I love this pipe. I absolutely love this pipe. Thank you to Pat Bray, Paladin Piper, for turning me on to this pipe. He was the first guy I saw smoking one of these. I remember asking him about it. He told me what it was, and I went out and bought one. And man, so glad I did. Paladin, thank you. So, I've been getting phone calls every time I tried to do this video, so I had to put it on airplane mode. Luckily, one of them was Sadie. She got off early from work today. Couldn't get a hold of her husband. He took her to work, so he had the car. She couldn't get a hold of him to come pick her up, so she called me to go pick her up. Good old dad. Always there for his kid. But so I stopped over at Mylon Tobacco, picked up a couple of Bovita packs. I have what I call a Tupperdor, which is just a Tupperware container about the size of a shoebox that I use for my cigars. Nothing fancy. I don't have a fancy wood humidor or anything. I just use a Tupperware container. And I use two Bovita packs, the 2-inch by 3-inch. I think they are Bovita packs, 72%, to keep the humidity at the right humidity to keep the cigars right. Works great. The ones I had in there, I've had them in there for almost a year, and they were just starting to dry out and get, crispy. They weren't quite crispy, but they were starting to dry out, so I figured I better go get 2 new ones. So I stopped over there and got a couple of new ones. It was $9 and something for 2 new ones. Well, that was all I got. Should have got some tobacco while I was there, but I didn't. And it's always a pleasure to go into Mylon Tobacco. Those guys are just so nice in there. I meant to talk to Curtis, and I didn't. Curtis, if you see this video, I need your email address. You can get my email is in the About section, or if you click on the top of my videos, you can get my email. It's pipeonthepatio@gmail.com. Send me an email with your email, if you would, please. I need to get in touch with you about a get-together we're having here that I want to invite you to. Or some of the local YTPCers. I probably should just drive over there and talk to you if you happen to see this. I'm going to send you the official invite. But yeah, a little, yeah, I don't have anything fancy for my cigars. I just use a Tupperdor. Seems to work just fine. So if any of you guys are starting to get into cigars, just make sure it's got a good seal on it. I use one with 4 clasps on it. A clasp on each end and a clasp on each side. And it's got a good rubber seal on the top. I think it's a Sistemo is the brand. And seals really well. And I use 2 of those 72%. They're 2" by 3". I can't think of the name of it now, but I said it earlier. I am getting so old. I'll think of it. Velveeta packs. And they work great. And they just keep the humidity at the right amount. And they work awesome. I brought the dogs out here into the barn, each one of the dogs out one at a time, and let them sniff around out here. And I've made a couple of videos, and I don't know what I've talked about in the videos. I didn't put 2 videos up that I've talked about, so I may have talked about this already. But I brought the dogs out, let them sniff around out here. They've never been out here in the barn. But Kodak, when I come out here, he's kind of got separation anxiety. When I leave him and come out here, he just whines and whines and whines, even if there's other people in the house. He's my dog, and so he wants to be with me all the time. So I need to get to where I can bring him out here with me when I come out here. He wants to be wherever I am, and so I need to find a big. He's a big boy. He weighs about 85 pounds. He's a big dog. And so I need to get a dog, one of those dog cots that are up off the ground. I don't want to bring a a fuzzy bed out here, because it's, I do work out here, and I don't want to get a fuzzy bed that's going to get all dirty and stuff. So I'm going to get a dog cot, an extra large, one of those extra large dog cots that's 4 inches off the ground, and put that out here, and then he can come out here and just lay on that out here with me. And Clover, if she comes out here, she can lay on it too. But Kodak, if I come out here, he just whines and just whines and whines and whines till I go back in. So I need to have him come out here with me, which I love. I just, back at the old house, my dog Baloo, loved to come out on the porch with me when I would smoke my pipe, and that was like his thing, and he loved that. And I had a bed out there for him, and I would go on the porch and smoke my pipe at night, or whenever I would go out there, he'd come out with me, and I had a bed out there for him. If I was out there at night, 2 a.m, by lanterns, Baloo was out there with me, and I loved that dog, man. The dog was the coolest dog, and I want to have that with Kodak. He's still a bit of I'm still working with him to both the dogs to not run away. They're greyhounds off the track. So when the door opens, it's like they're on a racetrack. The door opens, that's the gate. And they go out the door. That's the gate opening on the racetrack, and they're out the door. And so the front door, we have to really watch them at the front door. The back door's fine because it's all fenced in. We can let them out, and they just shoot out the back door. Yesterday, when I was bringing Kodak out here, I had him on the leash, and Clover I didn't have on a leash. And when I opened the door to let Kodak out, Clover took off out the door, and she started running. And I yelled, "Clover, come back here, come back here." She actually stopped, turned around, and came back in the house, which was awesome. And that was a first. She actually stopped and didn't keep running. She actually listened. Stopped. She was heading down the driveway, and she stopped, turned around, and came back to the house, and came back in the house. And so she got treats. She got loads of treats for doing that, and lots of love, and lots of, you're so good, you're so good. And and Kodak had done that once before. He came out of the house, and we called him, and he came back. And so they're learning that they belong here. And so I want to get to the point where Kodak can come out in the barn, and I can have the door open, and he won't run away. He'll come out here and stay in the barn with me, like Baloo used to do. He'd come outside, and he'd just lay with me outside and not run away. And they're learning, but it's going to take, it takes time, because they're racing dogs. You know, their whole life was running, and so it's just working a little bit at a time with them, giving them a little bit of freedom, and then letting them know they got to come back, and then just praising the heck out of them when they do, giving them lots of treats, and so they're doing good. They're amazing dogs. They're just amazing dogs. But so bringing them out here, getting them used to being out here, having a bed out here for them, and knowing this is, you know, this is a special place for them, that they get to spend time out here with me. And then I will slowly open the door up. And they can sniff around, and he can go outside and sniff around, but he can't run away. And eventually he'll just get to where he'll lay down, and, you know, it'll just be a time to lay down and relax and hang out. And like Baloo did. Kodak is such a puppy still. I mean, they're the same age. They're like 5. But Kodak still acts like such a puppy, and he's just always, his tail is always wagging. He's just such a little puppy inside. And Dave, you will not believe when you see Clover run, how fast she can run on 3 legs. It's amazing. She can run as fast as Kodak on 4 legs, and it's just amazing. It just blows me away when I see her run. So hopefully, eventually, we'll have 2 beds out here. They can both come out here and hang out with me. Right now, I just want to get one, and I'll just bring each one of them out here separately. And I got a couple of furniture dollies yesterday to put this my tobacco cellar cabinet here that I showed you guys. I'm gonna put that on a dolly, move that over against the wall over there. Need a little bit of help with that. I'm not gonna do that alone. And then this one here, I may just take the chainsaw to that and cut it in half, and take it down to the street and have the trashman call the big trash collection and have them take that away. It's just too dang heavy to move complete, and I'm not going to hurt myself moving that, and so I may just cut that in half and take it in pieces down to the street. Thought about cutting the top part off and using the bottom for storage, but it's just so big. And I don't know that it'll stay together once I cut it. So I could try it, see, I don't know. I could use it as a workbench type thing, I guess. A work area. It's the right height. I just don't know if it'll stay together. I may have to reinforce it or something to make it stay together. I sit here and look at it and I think about it every day. How to reinforce it, get some 2x4s and go all the way around it, like a railing around it, which would work if I did that. I have to take it apart first, take the doors off. One of the doors is broken, so I could use the bottom section for storage, that's for sure. Put power tools and stuff under there. And when I went to the other day when I went to Milan, across the street there's a place called Mast General Store. Parsimonious Piper knows what I'm talking about. He's gone in there with his wife. When they come to Roanoke, they always go in there. So when I went to Milan, my wife went to Mast General Store, and she bought this sign here for me, this John Deere sign. It's a cool store. They've got everything in there. They've got clothes, they've got knives, they've got shoes, they've got all kinds of stuff in there. I mean, it's like a general store, but it's got everything in there. It's a cool store. So my wife bought that for me. I love that woman. She's awesome. She saw that and she got it. You need that for your garage or for your barn. She goes, you use John Deere equipment. So I had to find a space to put it up there. I had to move a few things around. Had to raise a few things up to make room for it. It looks good up there, I think. So that's what's been going on here. Got a ton of branches to pick up after that 60-mile-an-hour windstorm we had. I've got just a ton of cleanup to do. So tomorrow I'm going to start that. Might take you guys with me when I do that. I got to pull that one branch down that fell, that cracked and fell. I'll definitely videotape that for you guys. Lots of branches down. A lot of chainsaw work to do. Lots of branches to cut down in the trees. Lots of low hanging branches I gotta cut down in the trees. I look forward to that stuff. I love that stuff. Anyway, I will catch you guys later. I am taking today off. It looks like I got a wasp flying around out here. I gotta get the wasp spray and see where that's flying. See if I got a wasp's nest out here. But anyway, I'll catch y'all later. Have a good one. God bless.